Woolworths development at Annerley in Brisbane, the first Australian project to use the internationally patented removable ground anchor system, the REMO-anchor. The factory fabricated anchors were supplied by Jeremy James, the Australian agent and distributor of the REMO-anchor system. The development was confronted with a setback early on at design stage, where the adjoining landowner did not provide permission to the developer of the Woolworths store to install the traditional in situ grouted steel cable anchors in the ground of his property. This is because the traditional anchors remain permanently inside the adjoining property and have the potential of being an unnecessary obstruction to future civil works carried out by the adjacent landowner. This objection is quite understandable. This is where the REMO anchors came to action, alleviating the adjacent landowner's valid concerns and furthermore provided a practical and cost-effective solution for Woolworths to proceed with the development. 25 number REMO anchors were installed in this project, with each anchor having 4 steel strand cables. The total number of steel strand cables requiring removal amounted to 100 in number. The REMO anchors were tailored, cut to size and manufactured in a warehouse facility off-site from the Woolworths project. The anchors do not require heavy machinery for fabrication and can easily be assembled by labour using small hand tools. The anchors were wrapped in coils and stacked on racks, ready to be transported by truck to the construction site. The ground conditions comprised stiff to hard clays, overlying weathered claystone. Therefore, the drilling contractor adopted spiral auger drilling techniques to advance the boreholes to the required level. As there was no groundwater intercepted over the drilled depth of the boreholes, no casing was required to support the open holes. The drilled holes were flushed clean using compressed air. They were then filled with a grout mix comprising cement and water using tremie grouting techniques. Following grouting of the full depth of the borehole, the REMO anchor was installed into the hole. The grout was allowed to cure for 7 days, and then the strands were stressed and proof tested to 1.25 times the working loads before they were locked off using steel wedges. Approximately 4 months after the anchors were installed, the construction of the building progressed to a stage where the 2 basement floor slabs were finished being built, and these slabs were now capable of laterally supporting the retaining wall in the permanent condition, making the ground anchors redundant. The temporary ground anchors were not required anymore, and it was ready to remove the steel strands out of the ground. The ground anchors were easily removed by hand without the need of any machinery or stressing jacks. This is especially useful in tight basement areas where there is generally insufficient space to move around this heavy equipment. wedge securing the steel strand is free to move inside the anchor body, the steel strand is rotated approximately 3 times to release the wedge from the strand. Following this, the full length of steel strand is removed out of the ground through the plastic polyethylene sheath.